Ladies and gentlemen, in competitive Advanced Wars, there are 5 tiers. Tier 0, Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3, and Tier 4, ranking the COs based on their general power level. Tier 0 is the strongest, and Tier 4 is the weakest. But did you know that there is actually a 5th tier? Yes, there is something called Tier 5 COs. And in this tier, you pretty much only have 2 COs. Now, who are these 2 COs, the weakest COs in the game? Well, they are Sonya and Javier. That doesn't really make a lot of sense, does it? Well, allow me to explain. Sonya is a fog specialist. What happens if you play her outside of fog? Well, she becomes so bad that she's now matched for even the Tier 4 COs. And Javier is a Tier 5 CO if you play on a map without comm towers. Without comm towers, he effectively just becomes a CO with a non-existent day-to-day and a CO power that barely does anything. This CO does here is actually a little wrong. It says his superpower gives him 60% defense against indirects. It's actually 80. This was a mistake listed on Advanced Wars by Web for years, and it got corrected, I think, last year, but I haven't updated my dossiers to reflect that. So yeah, these 2 COs, outside their elements, Fogless Sonya and Towerless Javier, are definitely Tier 5 COs. They would not be able to play fairly against any of the Tier 4 gangs. So, Sonya, what does she get? Well, pretty much only 50% extra counterattack firepower, that's all. I mean, she does hide her HP, but any player can calculate around this. If you don't know, there is a way you can exactly calculate how much HP Sonya's units have, as long as they're on some kind of defensive terrain. You can attack them, and you can look at the damage you deal, and if you do some math, you can figure out exactly how much HP the unit has, because terrain stars scale with the unit's HP. So if you see that you're dealing a little bit more damage than you should, you know that unit is low on HP. And I think there's a math formula you can apply to it. You can actually pinpoint exactly how much HP the unit has, at least in tens. So yeah, Sonya only gets increased counterattack damage, and she forces her opponent to take slightly longer calculating their turns. It's more of a nuisance than anything. And of course, her Enhanced Vision, there's no point in popping it. It doesn't do anything except for giving the standard 10-10 boosts. And then Counter Break does give her First Strike, but it also removes her counterattack firepower, so it can be a bit of a double-edged sword. But it is, generally speaking, a pretty good power. It basically gives you a turn where your opponent can really only attack you with indirects, or like high-tech units into low-tech units. Javier, meanwhile, has basically only one day-to-day, and that's the fact that he has 20% extra defense against artillery. Considering Sonya still gets her bad luck, I think Javier definitely has the better day-to-day of the 2. Sure, the 50% firepower increase is nice for Sonya on counterattacks, but I think Javier gets the better end of this deal here. 20% extra defense against artillery actually can come into play. His powers won't do anything without towers, they'll just give the standard 10-10 boost, but when he pops his Tower Shield and Tower Power, he will get substantially increased defenses against indirects. And if he pops it, pops a superpower, he gets 80 plus the 10-10 boost, so that's 90. So basically, he takes no damage against any indirects. Although I think you just want to pop Tower Shield in this regard because it still pretty much does what you need it to do. It pretty much makes you take no damage from indirects. So yeah. So why are these 2 players playing this way? Well, this is a tournament where you got to choose your opponent's CO. At least that's what I was told. I'm not sure if it's and I'm not sure if I'm relaying it exactly, but that's what I was told, that they were effectively allowed to choose each other's COs for this tournament. And so Toulouse chose Sonya for Kill Me First, and Kill Me First chose Javier for Toulouse. So this is a tournament match with 2 very, very skilled opponents right here. We have Kill Me First. I featured him several times on the channel. He's an absolute monster. And of course Toulouse, who's also an absolute monster. Both of these are monsters. And they're playing Fogless Sonya and Towerless Javier. This is gonna be an interesting match. So strap yourself in, ladies and gentlemen. Let's begin. So the map that they're playing on today is called A Love Supreme. Classic map. Been around forever. This map is super old. It's been in the standard. I think there's a high funds version of it too, but this is a standard map right here. So Love Supreme, one of those maps that have a pretty slow capture phase because a lot of the bases start uncaptured. just to kind of slow things down a little bit. Very heavily terrained map right here. Like, lots of rivers in the center, and there's like a very narrow landmass with several rivers and shoals to slow down movement. Lots of mountains. And there is like a strong side, weak side component here, where this is Toulouse's strong side right here, where he has 2 bases against Kill Me First 1, and then Kill Me First has 2 bases versus Toulouse's 1, and the HQ is on your weak side. So HQ rushes can definitely happen. I know I've played several games on this map where HQ rushes have been happening. Air units are incredibly good on this map because of all the mountains. Like, once you capture this airport, bombers do really well. They can like dart back and forth between these mountains and rivers. However, the airport is also very easy to lock down, so you don't want to get complacent. Like, if the enemy gets an anti-air here, they're already locking down your airport, so you gotta protect it. And since the airport is on your weak side, your opponent will outnumber you on land, so they're just gonna deploy a few anti-air, and then you can't really use air units effectively to fight back. So, very complicated map, very complicated capture phase. A map that requires you to kind of look up a turn-by-turn guide if you want to play it optimally. But yeah, both players just moving out, both bases captured. Kill Me First opens up a tank on his strong side, so you're going to try and apply a little bit of pressure to Toulouse right here. And both players are going to go for their airports as quickly as possible. Toulouse opening up artillery here. Kill Me First will probably be forced to build some artillery in this match, even though he is up against Javier. Just because, like, artillery on this map are so strong that even with Javier's bonuses, you still really can't get away without building artillery. This is the map where artillery shine a lot, because just look at how many good places you have to nestle them in here. So Toulouse moves out his artillery out of range of Kill Me First tanks, opens up another tank on his weak side, and actually base skips to get 2 artillery out. Interesting choice by Toulouse here. He base skips on his strong side, where his unit count will be outnumbering his opponent anyway. So interesting opening right here from Toulouse. Not very often we see pro players base skip and opt not to build infantry, but yeah, that's what he did now. So let's see what happens here. Another tank out from Kill Me First. He has 3 tanks on his strong side right now, so he's going to try and punish Toulouse hard on this side. Looks like he's also going to move some tanks over here to attack the infantry in the center to prevent Toulouse from getting too many of these properties. He will, of course, get this one, but then he'll probably lose his infantry in the process. So yeah, Toulouse going very artillery heavy right now. Also, mechs are pretty decent on this map. You can build mechs on your weak side, put the mechs in these mountains to ward off against regular tanks. They can hold their line for a little bit. Gives you a bit of an advantage. So yeah, Sonia's bad luck is very annoying to deal with, and it's going to be so for Kill Me First as well. Sonia, of course, she has the same good luck as any other CO, but she also has that 9% bad luck. And basically, if you don't know how this works, is the game rolls twice. It rolls first for good luck and then bad luck. So it adds good luck and then it subtracts bad luck. So usually you'll see Sonia end up somewhere in the center. She'll usually deal around 0 damage with her luck, which is a lot lower than most other COs, and it's very frustrating when you have to pick off 1 HP units. It's very hard for Sonia to be able to do that sometimes. Like, you have a 1 HP tank and there's you have a full health infantry and you attack it with Sonia, it just won't die. Super annoying. That bad luck really does come into play. So Kill Me First rolling out with some battlecopters now. One thing that Sonia really has going for her, and one thing that I feel a lot of people don't know how powerful it is her copter game can be very scary. When she pops her counter break, you pretty much can't attack her copters with copters of your own. But even more scary are her bombers, because her bombers become immune to anti-air the moment she pops the counter break. You have to build fighters to counter them. So Sonia can deploy a few bombers, pop her counter break, and those bombers just cannot be targeted by anti-air for a turn. It's incredibly powerful. So Toulouse really wants to get this property right here. He sets up his artillery to protect it. And another artillery out of Toulouse. 3 artillery from Toulouse. He's really going hard on the indirects, which I think is fair. I mean, as Javier, you want to leverage the fact that you can, your opponent's indirects are a lot less effective than yours. So I think this is actually pretty clever from him. And we can see 2 fronts are starting to form right here. I have a feeling this might be a bit of a stally match, because it's 2 low firepower COs and a very heavily terrained map. So I think this one This one's gonna be advanced walls right here. Another artillery coming out of Toulouse. Yeah, he's in the long haul right now. He is in it for the long haul right now. Battlecopters come out from Toulouse. And yeah, kill me first. There's no real good avenue to attack in here. Looks like he's gonna centralize most of his units in the center. Centralize in the center, the things I say sometimes. And this is smart because if you have your entire army here, you can effectively split the opponent in half, and then you can attack the one half, and then you basically, yeah, it's classic Sun Tzu divide and conquer strategy right here. So this is like the thing that Toulouse is giving up with this opener. Like, artillery are great for defending areas, they're great for defense, but they're slow, and they're not great for front shifting or exerting map control in large spaces. So I think this is what Kill Me First is going for. He's going to gather his army in the center, then he's going to attack either this side or this side, where he will basically have a 2-to-1 advantage. So, and I think Toulouse senses that this is coming, so he's preparing his defenses accordingly. More battlecopters coming out. And now Kill Me First is going for it right now. And look how little damage he's doing. Just Sonia things, am I right? And yeah, he doesn't... He sees a bit of a hole here. The artillery are spread out. There's no artillery in the center, so he's going for the center here. And yeah, Kill Me First is actually the one who's being aggressive right now. So let's see if Toulouse's defense holds up here. Interesting. Oh, wow. Okay, look at this. He sacks a 4 HP tank. Boom. And keep in mind, one thing that is very important to keep in mind here, when we're watching Sonia's replay, it looked like that tank dealt no damage, but actually, we just won't see the updated damage values until the next turn, because of Sonia's hidden HP. So basically, it's going to look a little weird on this replay. Like, it's going to look like Kill Me First is taking no damage, but he actually is taking damage. You see? So really, really cool by Toulouse right there. Finds a crack in the wall using his low HP units to break through. And actually pops his tower shield for the 10-10 boosts and 40% extra defense against indirect fire. Even though... Oh, actually, I didn't see this, but Kill Me First actually did build an artillery. That must have slipped past my radar. So yeah, that's a rock solid defense from Toulouse right there. I don't think Kill Me First is going to be able to really come true here. So is he going to keep on attacking, or is he going to pull back? He actually is going for the artillery now. Keep in mind, it's only 10-10 defense. 10% firepower, 10% defense on Javier. So not super scary, but... Oh, there we go. We have the counter break. So now, in addition to the 10-10 boosts, Kill Me First will counterattack first. So it really changes how Javier is able to counterattack here. And this is, again, like classic Sonia. This is what I was talking about earlier. Look at this 1 HP tank right here. Look at this 1 HP tank. Thinking he's going to kill it with the infantry in the mountain. No, wait. Did I miss it? Oh. Yeah, there we go. Look at this tank right here. He attacks with the infantry, or with the tank, and he doesn't kill it. It's super annoying. Super duper duper annoying. Just Sonia's bad luck. Every time I play her, I'm reminded that, yeah, there we go. That's what I was waiting for. This infantry to attack. Boom. Not a kill. Any other CO would have killed that tank. Most likely. But Sonia does not. Alright. So, yeah. Toulouse is holding on pretty well. It's very wonky to not... Whoa! Okay, look at that. My goodness. The battlecopter lives. Sonia battlecopters are insanely scary when Counterbreak is active. But Counterbreak is still a very weak power in terms of the amount of damage that it does. It allows you, like, a turn of not being attacked, but... like, compared to other superpowers that actually clear the board, it's a very weak power for what it does. It is very cheap at 5 stars, but it is a big problem that Sonia just can't really do damage to her opponent. And now she's up against the defensive CO in Javier. A nerfed Javier, but still a pretty defensive CO. But I agree with this Neo tank here out of Kill Me First. You want to tack up to be able to pierce through these walls a bit more. There are no com towers on this map. No, there are no com towers on this map, which I think actually favors Toulouse a lot in this situation. Sonya with 0 com towers is just miserable, man. Oh my goodness, like her units just don't kill. Doesn't matter what you attack with, they just won't. Like unless you attack like an infantry with a neo tank, like the units just won't die. It's so hard to wall break. So yeah, Toulouse is holding on pretty well. Both players are equal though in terms of properties. And now Kill Me First has actually successfully locked down this airport, so Toulouse needs to do something about that. Otherwise he will not be able to produce any air units. There's only one airport on this map. So smart move by Kill Me First, and these two properties are also hanging right now. So he's just shifting his angle of attack a little bit. Now he's going to force Toulouse to go on the offensive. And look how difficult it is for Toulouse to actually reinforce here. He has like his army split in 2 right here, and there's like a giant like puddle of water between him and where he wants to go. If he wants to like reinforce here, he has to go like all the way around here through a bunch of forest tiles. It's painful, so he's not going to be able to do that. He's probably not even going to try. And nice move from the tank right here, blocking the anti-air from taking down the airport. But Toulouse does have the advantage of having a ton of artillery, so he can just like slowly inch them forward and earn a lot of ground doing so. But yeah, Kill Me First is moving out here. Using the tank as a shield. It's cool. And it looks like he's not actually going to shift his army to the left. And again, we can see how he's dividing Toulouse's army in 2. But because Kill Me First is controlling the center right here, which is huge, it means he dictates where he gets to attack. Toulouse has to react to what Kill Me First is doing. As long as Kill Me First controls this area of the map, he can freely shift back and forth. Toulouse cannot. He's isolated. So it's actually very impressive how Toulouse is holding out so well. If it was a seal that could actually deal damage, this would actually be a little scary, I think. But once again, Toulouse setting up those rock-solid defenses. As Day 17 rolls in. Doesn't seem like Kill Me First is able to find a chink in Toulouse's armor just yet. But he's poking and prodding, you know, moving around, trying, like, getting a feel for where he can attack. And I think what Kill Me First wants to do here is win condition is essentially a huge counter-break push, where he just like charges in with everything he has and pops counter-break to give him like a defensive advantage. But here comes another tower shield from Javier. And this will allow him to... Oh, no, actually. Cannot... I'm surprised. I guess, no com towers, so only 10% firepower. That's not a guarantee. I think that's a 33% chance to kill a tank on a city. So, yeah, Toulouse decided to go for a bit of a gamble, but it didn't pay off. Stealth fighter. I actually completely forgot that stealths are not... No, look at that. Stealths are not banned on this map. That's correct. Wow, stealth fighters. Straightaquan is going to be happy about this. So stealth fighters can only be attacked by enemy fighters. Can go invisible. One of the most reviled units in Dual Strike, aside from the Black Bomb. But unlike the Black Bomb, which is pretty much banned everywhere, the Stealth Fighter is sometimes allowed on certain maps, this being one of them. It's going to be interesting, though. Kill Me First probably wants to get a fighter out. Of course, you could just ignore the Stealth Fighter as well. I mean, it can only kill 1 unit per turn, so... But Kill Me First has an absolutely massive unit count lead now. 48 over Toulouse's 34. It's kind of bonkers. But Toulouse going in pretty hard right now. He will not have Tower Shield ready, and I think Kill Me First is going to do a massive counter-break push right now. Day 19. Let's see what he does. He is not popping it, actually. Okay, there we go. Now he pops it. He kills the anti-air. Shoots on the tank. In comes the battlecopter. He's going to be mopping up a lot of units this turn. Kills the tank. Another battlecopter comes in, and now he's going to get to the juicy artillery in the back. Battlecopter attacks, just Sonya things, dealing 1 HP of damage to the Neo tank. And he's pushing pretty hard right now. Day 19. So Toulouse is going to have to be very careful about his engagements here, but he still pops his tower shield. And you can still take engagements like tanks, like battlecopters versus tanks, because they can't really do much. But you can see even the anti-air takes a bit of damage from the battlecopters, which is kind of funny. But Toulouse is holding on really well. Building an APC for that stealth fighter, you love to see it. And that stealth fighter will make things very annoying for Kill Me First right now, because Kill Me First, whenever he's wall breaking, he's got to come to grips with the fact that a stealth fighter might suddenly pop up and block him. So I really think Kill Me First should get a fighter out ASAP. Ooh, nice battlecopter engagement right here, taking out the Empire. And there's the fighter. That's good. Kill Me First is pushing pretty aggressively now. And there's a lot of yellow units marching towards his central army right here. Damn, look at that. 43 to 33 units. That's crazy, man. But as the grit theme flares up right here, and there is the stealth fighter. And look at that thing. Look at that thing just guarding the only entrance into here. Like there's two canals in here, one here, and then one here. So this stealth fighter is just gonna sit cozy. Of course, the fighter will arrive in one turn to chase it away. But yeah, that stealth fighter is having a grand old time. It's gonna protect all of Toulouse's units. I don't know what happened with the unit sounds. They just kind of died all of a sudden. That's an old bug. Let me see if I can fix that. There we go. Simple refresh did it. Just gonna have to replay the turn real quick. And yeah, really well played by Toulouse right now. The stealth fighter just protecting the only entrance in. And look at just such a stally game, man. Like neither CO has any firepower at all. And it's a zero cone tower match. Engagements are very slow in this game. Incredibly slow. And there's a lot of captures for Kill Me First to get right here. And he goes for a lot of them and pops his counter break. And the fighter is now in range of the stealth, so Toulouse will have to pull it back a little bit. Here's another tower shield though. And here comes the counterattack. And Toulouse's iron defenses, man, they're holding. He's so resilient. And yeah, moves the stealth fighter away, so it's out of range of the fighter, but still blocking the path. And because of tower shield right now, he has like, what, 50% defense against indirect, so these artillery are not really going to be doing a whole lot. But Kill Me First has a massive income advantage, 25 to 21 right now. So if Toulouse doesn't actually start getting some ground, he's not going to be able to, like, he's just going to lose via capture. Let me see if there's a day limit on this match. I forgot. There is actually a 32-day limit, so we are 10 days away from Kill Me First just scoring a capture win if Toulouse is not able to do something here. So that's interesting, actually. Yeah, the fighter is going to chase the stealth fighter. Now the stealth fighter could actually run to the left if it wanted to. But yeah, man, Toulouse is he's not giving any ground. And this is so annoying because with the way he positioned his stealth fighter, there's only one unit that can scout it. So he'll need to place... Kill Me First needs to put a unit here, here, or here to reveal the stealth, which is easier said than done when you're Sonya. So this stealth fighter is just incredibly annoying to deal with. So yeah, but all Kill Me First really needs to do right now, he just needs to hold the properties that he has, and he will win a capture victory over Toulouse. And there's the counter break. So now all of his units will strike firsts. But still, man, he's just not getting any ground against Toulouse, and we are now on day 23. But Toulouse also really needs to start capturing some properties now. He pops his tower shield. Gets the battlecopter out of the way. And once again, Kill Me First is just relentlessly pressing him here. Like, this valley is like World War I right here. It's just like trench warfare. No ground is being gained. Just a meat grinder of units getting shipped up to the front lines. Finally, the fighter finds the stealth, bringing it down to 2 HP. That must have felt very good, I imagine. The stealth fighter has done its job as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, Kill Me First is in a pretty comfortable spot right now. Just 25 to 21 properties. You just need to defend at this point. You can force Toulouse to come to you. And looks like that's exactly what he's doing. Toulouse is actually moving pretty aggressively forward right now. Ooh, that's a pretty devastating push, actually. Kill Me First losing a lot of units there, and ooh, suddenly Toulouse is dominating in the region right here. A lot of Kill Me First units are now injured. He's got artillery, but artillery are a little bit less effective against Javier. And Toulouse still has so many of his artillery left alive, and now Kill Me First actually has to pull back to defend. There's so many weakened tanks right now, and he needs to front shift a bunch of these units over to the center as well to help him out. So, day 25, still 25 to 21, but can Toulouse start to make some headway here? I feel like Sonia is starting to crumble. There comes another tower shield. So, Sonia's artillery are not really going to be doing a whole lot. And Toulouse using the APC as a shield, and also using it to transport infantry to the front line. But he needs to capture 1, 2, I think, yeah, he needs to, if he captures 2 properties, he's 23 to 23, so that's a tie. He needs to capture 3 properties in 7 days. That is probably not going to be very easy. This is going to be a pretty intense, it's going to be a pretty close finish, I think. We might actually see both these players go to day limit. Counter break is popped, but with tower shield up, it's like it doesn't really matter. Like, it's not really going to help Kill Me First out on this turn. And we are on day 26, ladies and gentlemen. And will Toulouse finally start to get some properties right now? His artillery are still healthy and doing a lot of damage, but he is a little bit low on anti-air. Just a single anti-air, and Kill Me First has 4 battlecopters. Toulouse needs to get more anti-air to the front lines ASAP. He has 1 right here. He base skipped last turn, which is interesting. And there's another anti-air right here, and a battlecopter coming in as well. And now Toulouse is he started capturing the city on 12-10. And he's got artillery in range to back it up, and a neo-tank to protect it as well. But of course, Kill Me First can still interrupt this if he wants. He actually sacks several low HP infantry to completely kill the gap. But I'm noticing Kill Me First is a little low on high-tech units right now. Toulouse has a neo-tank. Kill Me First has no such things on the front lines. He just has tanks and battlecopters. That's going to make it hard to fight against this Neo. Keep in mind, his artillery are not great against Javier. Javier gets that bonus, so... Yeah, it's just, it seems to me like Toulouse is looking pretty good, but, like, again, we're so close to the day limit right now. Is it 31 or 32 days? 32, so we are 5 days away from day limit. I have to imagine that Kill Me First wins this. Like, how can Toulouse capture 3 properties in 5 days? Like, there's no way. Like, I will be very impressed if he manages to pull this off. I mean, he has a big presence in the center, and he's gonna get 1. Maybe he can get that. Wow, can Toulouse actually pull it up? But he's being attacked here as well, on the right-hand side. Oh my god, can Toulouse really pull off 3 caps in 5 days? With Kill Me First looking to interrupt him every turn. He has a huge unit count and army value advantage right now, but Kill Me First still has... All he needs to do is just interrupt one of those 3 captures, and he will win. Well, if he doesn't interrupt 2, then he gets a tie. Which I guess is, you know, kind of boring, but it's better than a loss, I guess. So yeah, no, he cannot do anything about the property on 12-10, so Toulouse is going to get that. He's going to flip it. So it's going to be 23 to 24, or sorry, yeah, 22 to 24. And Toulouse is looking pretty dominant right now. He's moving out, and there's not much Kill Me First can do. He finally caps the property, 22 to 24. He's 2 properties away if he wants to win this. I'm wondering if this might be a draw? Looking like it could potentially be a draw. And gotta say, this stealth right here is really valuable because the fighter's been dealt with, but the stealth is still an effective blocker. And does Kill Me First really want to invest 20k in a fighter to kill a 2 HP stealth fighter? Probably not. But we're in day 29 right now, and Toulouse is still 2 properties behind his opponent. Here comes the Kill Me First counterattack. He still doesn't have any high-tech units. It's like he's spending so much money on repairs, he doesn't have enough money to build a neo-tank, which I think is hurting him a little bit now. He has battlecopters, sure, but some of the battlecopters aren't very good at taking down neo-tank. Oh, Rocket, okay. Rocket. Is he just memeing at this point? Does he think he won, maybe? Man, day 29, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what Toulouse decides to do. He pushes out pretty hard. I think he's going to try and isolate this section of the map. Antair comes out, kill the Battlecopter. And there's another property. There is an artillery guarding it, but there is a property. And oh my god, Toulouse is capturing 2 properties right now. Kill Me First just has to... Oh my god, the Antair comes in, and the Battlecopters are getting slaughtered! And the Stealth Fighter, this is what I told you about. It's still an effective blocker. Even a fighter coming out from Toulouse right now. And a superpower, ladies and gentlemen. That is massive. That is massive. That's 80% extra indirect defense. Which means that this indirect, combined with the terrain stars, is now dealing 0 damage. Toulouse actually using Javier's superpower to score himself 2 captures. What an absolutely insane play. And I don't think there's anything... No, Kill Me First cannot reach. He cannot reach. The Stealth Fighter is blocking. And he attacks, but it deals 0 damage. It doesn't matter. He has to resign. Wow. That is absolutely crazy. Bro. Toulouse, the GOAT, utilizing Javier's superpower to get 2 uninterruptible captures 2 days before the day limit. That was crazy, man. What a move. I didn't even think about that. I was like, bro, like, you never pop the Javier superpower. But in this case, it was the game-winning move, and I think Toulouse, that's what Toulouse was setting up for all along. He took out all the Battlecopters, and boom, just secured his 2 last properties needed to win. That's it. GG. Masterfully played. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this was the very first ever Tier 5 match casted on this channel. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Remember, you can submit replays to mangsawbwreplays@gmail.com. Make sure to write a little bit about the game. Pique my interest a little bit. And yeah, thank you so much for Toulouse and Kill Me First for sending me this match. This was a fun one. Even though it was a little stall, he had a great finish. Anyway, guys, I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.